Hi guys, EyeQ here, and in this video we'll be counting down YouTubers who caught Elf on the Shelf moving. But you guys gotta see the clip where fans were saying MrBeast catches his Elf on the Shelf moving, and it's just nuts. Remember to like and subscribe for 24 hours of good luck. But anyways, in this clip, we have a dad who actually catches his Elf on the Shelf moving on camera. I guess he suspected something was weird when he'd hear rustling around at night, so he decided to set up a camera near the Christmas tree and something crazy happens. You can actually see an Elf on the Shelf moving behind him, and comment what you'd do if you saw this. Next up, we have a girl who was seeing her Elf on the Shelf appearing in different locations in her bed. She might have thought her parents were trying to move it around to prank her, so she decided to set up a hidden camera, and you won't believe what she catches. As she's sleeping, she sees an elf moving right next to her, and this is nuts! In this clip, we have a mom who actually sets a trap for her Elf on the Shelf. I guess they suspected something was up when every morning they'd wake up and find their Elf on the Shelf in a different position on top of their Christmas tree. The mom decided to set some camera up, and what's even crazier is that she set up a small doorway pointing north, baiting the Elf on the Shelf to try and use it to return to Santa. This is where she catches something crazy. You guys gotta see this. Here, we have a kid who suspected his Elf on the Shelf was moving around his house, and when he told his parents, they didn't believe him. So he decided to get proof by setting up a camera, and you won't believe what he finds. Comments were saying that he was reacting to this clip, not expecting to find anything, until you see a slight glimpse of an Elf on the Shelf flying near the camera and eventually knocking it down.
Oh my god!
In this clip, we have a guy who says his Elf on the Shelf was moving by itself. Of course, this video wasn't really well shot, and a lot of comments were saying they could tell the guy was moving the elf himself. In this clip, we have another YouTuber who caught his Elf on the Shelf moving. So one day, he apparently saw an Elf on the Shelf moving, and when he was telling people, I guess they didn't believe him. So he decided to set up multiple cameras in his house, and what he finds is just nuts. He catches his Elf on the Shelf jumping around, moving around the house, and even flying. But what he catches at the very end is super creepy. You guys gotta see what happens.
After I captured the Elf on the Shelf moving last Christmas, I've decided to install some proper security cameras around my house. This is what I caught earlier.
So here he shows his Elf on the Shelf falling off the desk, and this is so crazy.
He yawns. And then without any warning jumps off the cameras all over the house. This shot shows what happens at night in my office. It looks like the elf. The elf's quite cheeky too. In this next clip you'll see me turning out the lights on the chair. Into my bedroom, but then seconds later the elf seems to be following me. Look closely at the floor.
So he shows up again, but I think the last part of the clip is the creepiest. Watch what happens next.
I think eventually the elf worked out that he was being recorded. One of the security cameras looked straight into the lens, and then seconds later, it went dead.
Next up, we have a TikTok where someone apparently catches something very strange with their elf on the shelf. I guess they must have suspected their elf on the shelf was moving around and decided to set up a camera, and they end up catching the elf moving its head. The creepiest part is that the head points exactly where the camera is. In this clip, we actually have some parents that decided to have some fun with their elf on the shelf, and you won't believe what they catch on camera. I guess the parents wanted to show the kids that their elf on the shelf had magical powers, and in the video, you can see sparkles coming out of the elf, as well as the elf flying around. This was edited, but imagine if your parents showed you this and said that this is what they found.
Oh yeah, best zip line ever. Okay. And a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go! Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Next up, we have a clip that fans sent in and said that MrBeast actually caught his elf on the shelf moving. The comments were saying he was waking up and seeing stuff slightly moved around and decided to find out what was going on by setting up a camera. When he wakes up and reviews the footage, he finds something crazy. You guys gotta see what the elf on the shelf does. Some say MrBeast caught a very friendly elf on the shelf because, as you can see, the stockings are being neatly placed on the table. And luckily he didn't have an evil elf on the shelf. As you can see, the elf placed the stocking and returns to its original spot, making it seem like it didn't even move.